Hello everybody, this is Little Ninja, and welcome back to another episode of Ninja's Empire, where in the last episode we built this port/bay thing with the two beacons and the dock. And we also extended this entire area here, basically doubled the compound size. So now we have a proper dock for ships to come in and unload their stuff at. But we don't have anywhere to put the stuff, as you can see. So, random floating chest. I think today I want to build a warehouse. Well, I want to connect the dock up to the road over there, and I want to fill it in that pond or cover it up with dirt, connect that road over to here, and then run a road from here over to there as well. And then I want to build a warehouse somewhere around here for like all the sailors and the ships that come in to store their cargo in. So I'm going to go ahead and do the roads and do a little bit of terraforming over there over the pond and get right back with you. Okay, so the sand is all replaced with dirt all the way up that bank. The grass is still spreading there a little bit, and this is where the road is going to come over. I'm going to move this stairwell over a little bit because it makes more sense to have it that way because the stairway is right here. And so it'll come a little bit straighter down this way and then over across here and straight down the hill and then across. And now I'm not quite sure what to do over here because I did a little bit of blueprinting for the warehouse, and it's like a 20 by 15 building. So the road may have to, let's see here, it may have to curve up here and then come from like somewhere up here down that way, because I mean I don't want to be crammed up against the wall hard up against the wall here. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So even if it was hard up against the wall, this would be the front of it. And in fact, I'm not even sure it's 20 blocks between the dock and that building over there. So I'm thinking what I might do instead is put the warehouse over here, facing the water. And then we can extend the dock just a little bit over in this direction some, and still do the road here that goes up through, but then also have a road over here that sort of comes along the beach, along the side of the beach, and to the warehouse, and then it would run along this side of the compound, and then the other buildings could have, be connected to this road and to one over that runs down the middle, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to sort of lay out where it will go and dig out where the roads will go and be right back. So I dug out the connecting road, and it turns out it's actually like perfectly straight, and that was an accident. So I'm going to put the warehouse over here, and I started digging out like sort of where the path was going to go. So the entrance goes here, and then the path was going to go out this way, and I was going to take it down to this end of the dock at first, but then I was like, I'm not really sure how that would look, having a road on the beach, and it would get rid of a lot of this sand here, which kind of creates a nice beach atmosphere, I think. And so instead, what I'm going to do is raise the whole warehouse up to this level. So fill this in with one layer of dirt, and then have the path stay at this height and come sort of across here a little bit, and let's see here. Yeah, sort of wrap around here, and then I can do like a patio here, and we can do like maybe a bar or restaurant, ale house, something like that, and do like little outdoor tables and whatever, and then have an elevated path, or it'll be on the ground on one side and then elevated on the other with like poles and lattice work, and then so it'll come along here, and then there will be a patio over here with stuff and like tables and whatever, and then there will be steps that go down to this end of the dock. I think it could look good. It looks good in my head anyway. So I'm going to fill this layer in and then start work on the framework for the warehouse. Okay, so the dirt's been raised, and I put in the posts, and I'm just putting the last one in here. If we can avoid flying and actually place the post. So yeah, I'm going to try to do a little bit of building here on camera. And the thing is, I'm backlogging. So I have some buddies of mine coming to see me, and they they're flying in from a good little distance, and they're coming for 2 weeks, and I don't really want to be recording while they're here because recording takes up pretty much all of my free time. So I'm backlogging this episode and the previous episode, and doing time-intensive projects when you're backlogging is just not really a thing that is you know, well, doable. So, yeah, that's why this episode and the last episode have been a little bit less progress intensive. But so I want to do something like that, and then let's see. With a warehouse, it needs to have like really sturdy beams. That's why I'm doing the pillars like this every off. How is it? Words. So often. That's the one. Good job, self. Okay. Okay. So let's see. The other thing would be the eave. I wanted to make the roof out of stone. So we go up here. Let's see once. Stair here. Yeah. And then like so, and then a half slab here, because I want this roof to be not spawnable, but I don't want to go quite as shallow as a half slab pitch. So I think maybe if I do this, like stair, half slab, and then go up again like so, and then do, let's see, another half slab or stair there, and then half slab again. I think this could look half decent. Yeah, and that's like completely not spawnable. So I put the even rest of the way along here, and then we go down here, and it looks a little bland. Let's try this. Better. Actually, let's do this. How's that look? Okay, good. Yeah, that adds a lot of like, it makes the posts look a lot beefier. Maybe it's not quite so pointed. That'll work better. Good. And then I want to do lighting. Let's see here, like so. Oh, when your inventory is so full that you can't shift click stuff around, it's a pain. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, and then I need something else on the eave as well. Let's see here. Do this. How's that look? I mean, that's the right shape. It doesn't. It sort of blends in too well with that. If we do that with wood, it might look better. Let's try this. Something like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then maybe if we do it down here as well. Let's see once. How does that look? Yeah. Yeah, that definitely looks good. Okay, so that's like a single section done, and then I just got to repeat that 3 times on the front, 3 times on the back, and 2 times on each side, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so the shell of the building is done, pretty much, almost, and it is looking really good. I'm really pleased with this design. I think it's one of the best looking buildings in the compound so far, and now I'm stuck on the gable. I have no idea how to do this. So let's see here. If we just come up here. Okay, so the spruce goes along the back like so. Let's see here once. Now I can't really end that. Can I run that up to the... Does that look okay? But then you have this thing. Can I do it like that? Let me go down and see how that looks. No. Maybe if I just take this out. Yeah, that looks better. I know what. Let's see if I can. Man, my inventory is a wreck right now. Okay. I am such a successful person. Once more. Okay, let's see. If we do this, just to beef that out a little bit, how does that look? Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm gonna do this on the 2 gables, and then the other thing is the windows. Let's see, I want a kind of industrial look, so maybe trapdoors for like a wooden shutter style thing, like this. I mean, it's okay. It's not great. What about iron bars? I'm not really sure about this either. It definitely has the industrial feel, but it looks... Which one's better? I can't make up my mind. You know what? I think I like the iron bars better. Yeah, Yeah, iron bars it is. Okay, so I gotta put iron bars in the windows and then finish up the gables, and then we can work on the inside. Okay, so the outside is done now, and the bars are in the windows, and I added those half slabs in there to take away the sharp corners that were on the underside of the roof. And I just had a thought. If we were to do this, so dig away some of this dirt around the base of the building and replace it with cobblestone, like so. How would that look? Yeah, that looks good. It's like the building was, built on a base, or like they laid a pad of cobblestone before they built the building, like, to make it basically extra strong because warehouse. So the other thing is the floor. So there's a progression of blocks. So you've got your tile, and then your worn down tile, and then your even further worn down tile. So, I mean, the building on the outside looks fairly new. I think what I'm going to do is a little bit like I did on the entrance over there. So have the tile most areas, and then have it just worn down more and more as you go towards the door. I think that could look good. So I've got to clear out this dirt and replace it all with stone andesite and polished andesite. Okay, so the floor is now all done. So you've got like the more tile around the outside, and then as you go towards the door, it gets rougher and rougher. And then out here, I've got the cobblestone laid down the whole way around, and I really like the way that looks. It sort of adds a finishing touch to the building, I think. And then this dock, well, it's not a dock, and it's not a bridge. It's like a semi-elevated pathway. We're going to call it a semi-bridge that goes out through here. I want it to be wood, so the transition is probably going to be right here. And then, so now we need to work on the inside. We need to figure out lighting, and we also need to do some like piles of storage stuff, because I mean, obviously it's a warehouse. It's going to be full of like chests and whatnot, note blocks, and we can do some more crates like we did out there. So I'm just going to pile some stuff in here and get some actual real, semi good looking lighting in here, and be right back. Okay, so the interior is done. There's piles of junk in the corner, and salt, which is a valuable trading resource. In this era, I don't know why, it just is. What a beautiful sunset. Anyway, and then the barrow, for transporting stuff down to the docks, and some paintings over here. And then over here we have sort of like a blacksmith shop for where they could, repair cannons or swords or whatever. And in the end, I decided to put the lighting under the floor, put a couple torches up there in the corners, and then I thought about putting a ceiling in. But I figured, it's a warehouse. It's going to look a little more industrial, open, and rugged. And then, so this works. And then over here's a boat for like, it may be just a spare or brought into being to be patched or something like that. And over here we have some strange creature that was brought from distant lands, and it just gnaws incessantly at the bars of its cage. Never seems to make a difference. It just gnaws like day and night, tirelessly. No sound, just gnawing. It's kind of creepy. Anyway, and I've been doing a little bit of path on the I've been doing a little bit of path on the workout here, and so I've got this problem. It doesn't really look good from down here, and I think what I might could do is if I replace like these blocks here, let's see, with stairs, so upside down stairs, and then do this something like that. How's that look? Okay, yeah, that looks much better from down here, but it still doesn't look quite right from the top. And maybe if I just invert them, see, like the grass being on the same level as the wood doesn't really look good, in my opinion. Maybe if I do this and invert the stairs like so, then you have a sort of separation between the sidewalk and the grass. And then if you come down here, it's down on the ground now, as opposed to having that half block gap in there, which doesn't really look good. And then down here, I'm going to sort of move this bank down to this level here, move this down as well, and have a straight up wall here, and probably put stone in. So like get rid of these and replace them with, do I have stone? I don't. Stone, like that, basically. And then out here we'll do like posts every so often, and just bring that out, widen it out to this width here, and bring it out to here, and then down a flight of steps to the dock. And there's apparently a spawnable space in here. I have to go find that. Not good. Okay, so I'm going to finish this thing up and be right back. Okay, so the dock is done. Well, it's not really a dock, it's a bridge. Well, it's not a bridge either. It's a this thing is done. It's got like the solid stone in the back and then fence posts along the front, and I kind of like this open look, like rather than having posts on these blocks. I don't know, just something different. Anyway, so it connects up to the dock down here, and we've got a few small boats lying around, and also one at the bottom of the ocean down there. Something like you never really see, but just knowing it's there pleases me greatly. Anyway, I want to build a big ship here eventually, but I'm still working on a design for that. But yeah, this building is done for now, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Like, I am bad with detail. Like, look at this. I tend to do this thing like where I build these gigantic structures, huge towers, but no detail, just absolutely none. I mean, like, look at that. That's a ginormous, completely flat, detailless wall, very bland. And so this thing was actually quite a bit of a challenge for me to build. But man, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And so yeah, the next thing to do would be to, well, clean up first some stuff that's left over from the project, and then we need to finish this road, so like fill all this in and then connect it from like somewhere in here up to the front of this building. But I think I'm going to call it there. I mean, I know it's a little bit of a shorter episode than normal, but I'm backlogging and just doing crazy hours, and yeah, so like we're going to be back on our normal schedule, or with the normal length videos next week for you guys and in 3 weeks for me. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.